Is that one fully grown?
They get bigger than this.
They do?
Yeah.
Like this big or not as big, huh?
A little bit bigger than that, yeah.
Oh, they get bigger than this one? Oh, holy moly. See, I don't know anything about spiders.
Oh, yeah. No, so spiders generally are pretty solo, but these guys, they do live in colonies. So you can
do?
Yes, so you can keep these guys together.
All right, guys, I'm here with Wade and Jake, and what's the name of y'all's business?
We are Hail the Scale.
Hail the Scale, very cool. Okay, so what kind of things do you guys sell here that you've got that I'm going to start filming here in a second? I see you got tarantulas, or are these considered tarantulas?
Yes.
Okay.
So these are tarantulas, these are bird eaters.
Bird eaters.
And then we have some Goliath bird eaters over here.
Goliath what?
Goliath bird eaters.
Oh, okay, well this is a big picture of it right here, right?
Yes.
And so, what is the differences, like, I guess if someone wants to get into tarantulas for the first time, let's say there's somebody that's watching and they're like, where do I start? What is the best starter tarantula spider? Easy to take care of, easy to provide food to, not very, like a more cheaper type of, y'all get what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Well, what do y'all recommend?
That all depends on the person who's picking it out, because there's a lot of different types. You have tarantulas that would be terrestrial, which is live on the ground and live in small burrows, and then you have semi-arboreal tarantulas, which are on the ground half the time, and they like to get up a little bit, and they'll web up, make some cool webbing designs. But then you have fully arboreal tarantulas too, which stay in the treetops and never touch the ground pretty much.
Okay.
So there's a lot of tarantulas to choose from that fit all of those categories. It all just depends what you want, you know.
What do you want? Okay.
Yeah, do you want one that's going to be kind of like a pet hole? Do you want one that's going to be making cool webbing like hammocks and stuff? Or do you want one that like webs up half of the enclosure? You know, there's a lot to choose from. There's so many options. It makes it hard to choose.
Yeah, that makes it a little difficult. But so say somebody's really interested in cool webbing. You know, like someone that wants to come home and look at some cool webs every day or something like that. Which one would you recommend of these?
The Socotra Island blue baboon tarantulas, these guys make some cool webbing. They're also communal species, so you can keep them with more than one. There's not really a limit how many you can keep together.
Very cool. Do these bite? Like, can you hold them, or are they kind of aggressive?
These guys, you can hold them. They're more aggressive than, say, like a curly hair or a pink-toe tarantula.
Okay.
And they don't have any urticating hairs like the pink-toe and curly hair, so their venom's a little bit more stronger. People do handle them.
Okay. And what do you feed these guys? Do they eat like crickets and roaches?
Yeah. So it depends on what you would like to feed. Some people like to feed roaches because you don't have to worry about them eating on your tarantula. Some people feed crickets. Some people feed superworms. There's a lot of things you could feed them.
Is it feeding every day?
No.
Or just like once a week or a couple times a week?
So the way that I feed or gauge feeding off of is their butt. So pretty much I try to keep...
Is that a different spider?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
This is a Mexican fire leg.
That's a beautiful spider. Oh my gosh.
So I gauge their feeding off of their butts. I try to keep their butt around the same size as their midsection. His butt's a little bit bigger. You can overfeed tarantulas. This isn't anything to worry about. But I would skip a couple weeks of feeding until it shrunk down a little bit. Because
I didn't know that.
say if they had like a little fall or something in their enclosure and they were a little bit overfed, and it could burst, and that would be fatal to them. So you want to make sure not to overfeed the tarantula. So you do have to keep your prey item size in mind.
Okay, that's cool. We have a bearded dragon, and we know that you have to feed the feeder just like the width of the eyes. So it's interesting how all different kinds of species and animals have what they... Unless you're a tiger or something, I mean, you can eat however much you want, right?
Exactly right.
So it's like this one here could take a feeding? Is that what you're saying?
This is my husband, Gio, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
So interesting. Whenever...
Or this one, I would... Yeah, he could eat. I would probably...
Because his butt's a little smaller, right?
I would probably let it shrink down another week or so and then give him a little bit bigger meal.
Oh, okay.
And then I can go like a month without feeding him again.
Are those his eyes on top of him?
Yep, right there. Those are his eyes. This is a striped knee tarantula. It's a great beginner one. This one's not the best for handling because they're a little bit more flighty.
Okay.
You know, so they like to get away from you.
Yeah.
Curly hair tarantulas are good. They tend to be pretty chill once they get out.
So how did you get into this?
Oh my gosh, you're gonna hold it, aren't you?
Well, I lost my job. I lost my job because of COVID.
Okay.
So and then I don't know. Just open up a pet store one day and.
But I'm saying as far as like your interest in them.
Look
I mean,
at
that began a while back, right?
Yeah. So.
See its eyes?
Well, everything on this table I was scared of pretty much 2 to 3 years ago.
Wow.
Oh,
That
I'm
is
really
so
fresh.
cool.
Oh,
really
wow.
new. And it became an
Can I
addiction
pet
to
it?
me.
Like,
Yes.
can I pet it a
So-
little bit?
In the back, yeah.
Like right
I
here,
was
right?
scared of all the bugs and stuff.
Were you really?
And,
Oh, it's soft.
because in my mindset was.
You're a
anytime they have
nice
a chance to
spider.
bite me,
What
they're
are
gonna
these
bite
things
me.
right here?
Spider,
Those two
tarantula,
little.
beetle,
Those
whatever.
produce the webs.
Trust them.
Oh,
And
is
so
that-
And
he's
I had
been
a
crawling
really good
along
experience
producing
with a
webbing.
pink-toed tarantula, and ever
Okay.
since then,
You want to
like,
pet him on his
it went
butt?
through a lot of stuff and it never
It's
did.
really, he's
It's
really
a very
soft.
tolerant
Let's just
species.
do it real soft.
But after that
Okay,
experience,
here,
it
I'll get
opened my
him.
mind or my eyes.
Really
I was
gently.
Like, okay,
This
I'm
is
scared of
real
stuff for no
soft right
reason,
there.
you know? Like, what else out there am I scared of for no reason?
Cool. It's
So I
kind of
just
velvety.
keep going more and more and
feeling.
more.
Is that
learning more
when
and
he's
more,
crawling
because
on
I
you?
can't-
Does it
you
feel
can't
real
hold every
light?
species of
Of course.
Yeah, no, it's like you don't really
I have
feel it
some
too
that I
much.
would never
Really?
Some
they would
people
bite.
find it really
Yeah,
creepy
the
just because
venom's
there's so
Yeah.
many legs.
Yeah.
Oh, these guys,
Hey,
if they
buddy.
were to bite
And-
you, it'd be like.
Are they pretty fast? I noticed that they can be pretty fast, right?
They can be very fast. Spiders in general can be really
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
So if it gets out and you scare it, it'll disappear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you just
Wow.
want to be really calm and careful with them.
So is this the type of pet that if it gets loose and you can't find it, it can survive on its own in your house?
Generally, yeah, they can find all kinds of bugs that, like, if
Okay.
you miss them, they'll
find a way.
they'll find like a little hideaway in like a back corner somewhere,
Oh,
and they
got
can
it.
they do well. Yeah.
So we sell Dubia roaches,
Okay.
and so that's something that I like about the Dubia, that if they escape, they cannot infest my house.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
They're spoiled.
yeah, they don't typically get too far, and you find them on their back, and they just, even if one gets loose, they don't infest your house. So
No.
I was just wondering if that was the same for spiders, or obviously they can't
What
have
is that
their
one there?
own.
This is a pink-toed
Baby.
tarantula. This is what broke my fear of all invertebrates.
This one is called a
A
what?
pink-toed tarantula. He's got little tiny pink toes.
Oh yeah.
They're from South America. They live their entire lifetime in trees, tops of trees. They never touch the ground.
Oh, wow.
They'll be
Wow.
jumping from tree top to tree top,
Oh wow.
branch to branch.
So would this one need, like, since it's active, it sounds like it jumps from branch to, like, does it need kind of a bigger
Yeah, this is an
enclosure?
arboreal enclosure, so it would need
Yeah.
more height
Height.
than
Height.
horizontal space.
Oh, that
Yep.
makes sense.
The curly hair is terrestrial, so they would need more land space.
Okay, okay.
They're more heavily bodied, and
Oh,
if they were to
very
fall from here, they could possibly die. It could possibly
really?
kill them. These guys are meant to withstand a fall.
They're like cats with 9 lives.
Yeah,
If they
yeah.
fall, they catch
Yeah.
themselves
They're
pretty
built, they're
good.
built more like birds, they're really
Wow.
light.
That is awesome.
So that was the first one that you had then, like the first species you had.
Yep.
And what got you into, I heard you telling Gio a little bit about COVID, you lost your job. But what got you into the spiders since you're...
I walked into my buddy's pet store, and I've been selling them and stuff, but I never really was like, I was too scared to hold them. So like every time I went to go maintenance their cage, I would like be scared.
Yeah.
And then one day I went to his pet store, and he had one on his chest, and I was like, how do you do that?
He had one on his chest?
Yeah, he had one just chilling right here, walking
Oh,
around his pet
wow.
store, and I was like, how do you do that? Like, teach me your ways. And he grabbed it, put it in my hand, and like it didn't bite me,
Uh-huh.
And ever since then I was like, okay, I'm scared of things for no reason,
And then
I'm
you're
like, what
getting
else
over
am I
it.
scared of,
Yeah.
And I just slowly have been like branching into new
You're
species.
doing so good. You both are just doing awesome with it. Yeah, I know how you feel, because like having these roaches has been really big for me. Because my mom and dad own their own pest control service for 40 years.
Okay.
And they kill roaches for a living.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, part of that was just being around a lot of scary American cockroaches and just stuff flying at you, and just scary, just like you don't like that, right?
Right.
And so I always had a big fear. So slowly, like yesterday, I did a little video of myself touching a dubia, where I actually pet the dubia roach, and it was fine. I was like, this is not so scary.
Yeah.
So I totally get where you're coming from with
Yeah.
that. So that's awesome. So thank you guys. Do you have any social media,
Sure,
or where
you
these guys can find you?
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, or Morph Market under Hella Scale.
Okay, do you guys have a card? Oh, there we go.
Sticker,
Awesome.
Oh, yes, we will have a sticker.
and
Awesome.
there's a business
What is
card.
that one? What is that
Build a
one
scale.
that's like
Okay.
it's like a,
What's this one called again?
It's a pink toe tarantula.
Oh, that's like is this the same one you showed me?
Yeah, I only had the small ones last time though.
Do these bite?
They can bite, but they're very tolerant. I've handled hundreds, and I've never been bit.
Oh, okay.
These are actually what broke my fear of everything on this table.
I remember you saying that. and their pink toes. Do these web a lot?
Yeah, they'll make like webs up top for the
Okay.
enclosure. So like hammocks and stuff.
So how big would an enclosure would you need for one like that?
Oh, you could do like I get the dimensions, but it's like of that
Like not very
that
big.
wide and just height. They need more height.
They need more height.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're from South America. They live their entire lifetime in treetops.
So the ones you sell though, they're not.
It feels kind of weird. Okay, don't move your hand fast.
It's fine.
Wow.
Where are these from?
This one's from South America, from Guyana.
Can I try again? Yep.
So when they're this small, what do they eat? Or
Crickets, Dubia roaches, same thing that these guys are gonna eat.
just smaller.
Yeah, they're gonna eat. If you feed them the same size meal, those guys are gonna eat less than you feed them.
Wow, wow. Okay. You're doing. Oh, see how it's
You ready to get them?
Yeah. Oh, there you go. I like how you're looking at me. You're like watching me stress out, aren't you?
Well, no, I just.
This one is called a Brazilian black tarantula. Okay. Brazilian black tarantula. Okay, don't move your hands too fast around it, okay?
One of our pride and joy.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
This is a trapdoor spider. They make trapdoors on the barks of trees.
Oh, look at that. Wow, look at that. So cool.
Oh wow, that is a beautiful spider though. Oh my goodness.
Those colors.
A trapdoor spider? Is that what you called it?
Yeah, it's tarantula, but they actually make trapdoors on the bark of trees in Brazil.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this is one of our mature females.
Those are awesome. Do they get bigger than that?
No, that's the max size.
Oh,
So they're actually a
okay.
dwarf species, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They don't get very big.
That's awesome. Very unique. Thanks for showing me
Yeah,
that.
no problem.
Do you want to just tell me a little bit about your isopods?
Sure. So we have probably the best selection of isopod species in the entire Houston area. I would probably argue the whole state of Texas. We've got high-end species like designer species like rubber duckies, ember bees, the spiky species. We've got cleanup crews, the real low-end stuff like powder blues, little C's. We've got pretty much everything. We've got, I want to say, about 120 different species of isopods. We also have tarantulas, millipedes, a lot of other inverts. We do plan on breeding snakes in the future.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
You guys have a website?
We're just located, we're on Facebook.
Okay.
So Cypress Inverts and Exotics is our business. Just find us on Facebook.
We'll find you guys on Facebook.
Yeah.
Awesome. So this is just what they got, some tarantulas down here. And you showed me that really cool little spider.
Yeah, it's a T. Celedonia.
All right. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, thanks for joining us today. Hope that you enjoyed all of these awesome vendors and getting to know a little bit more about their animals. If you did, can you please like this video and subscribe to our channel if you have not yet. Also, I want to mention again that we do sell feeder insects for reptiles, amphibians, and insectivores. Love to have you visit us on our website. It is mightydubiafeeders.com, where we sell discoids, Dubia roaches, mealworms, and superworms. Feel free to email us at any time you have any questions as well, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye for today.